All right, let's talk about another hook called useState. Now, useState is essentially a way of managing a variable. Rather than updating the variable manually, we're going to use useState to update the variable, and that will trigger React to re-render our page. And that's actually a very important concept, is we want the page to re-render whenever that variable is updated. So we got to create a useState variable. So above our use effect, we're going to create a new variable. We'll call it const, and we'll call it Pokemon array. We could call it Pokemons, but I feel like people will come after me for that. I don't want it to just be called Pokemon because, you know, you can't tell singular from plural. So I'll call it Pokemon array. But the way it works with useState is actually I need to wrap this with these, and then I need the variable name, and then I need to create a setter function to set the variable. So we'll say set Pokemon array like this. Pokemon array set Pokemon array equals useState like that. And I actually want to type my useState. So what I'll do to type it is inside of here, I'll say I want it to be a list of or an array of Pokemon. So I'll put the Pokemon type that we imported, and then put the this marker here of the array. And then inside of here, I want a default value, which is going to be an empty array. So I have my setter function, I have my array here. So rather than logging this, I want to set Pokemon array to be whatever the returned content is. So this is going to return the results, and then that's going to be set here. And then the headers are fine, and I want to send Pokemon array. Okay. Now if I head over to my, obviously we got a lot of errors here because we need to modify our table now. So let's go back to our table, and we need to change what's being expected here. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to get rid of this typing here, and we're going to import our other typing, which are Pokemon and Pokemon headers. And we'll change this to Pokemon headers. We'll change this to an array of Pokemon, and change this to Pokemon array. And that fixed every problem here, which is nice. So we know the problem is we know that Pokemon doesn't have ID, major, GPA. It only has URL right now, so name and URL. Okay. And instead of props.students, we'll say props.PokemonArray.map. And we'll say Pokemon, an individual Pokemon, and then we will take out this like we did. We'll change this, whoops. Change this one to Pokemon. Change this one to Pokemon.url. And save that, and let's see what we get. Whoa, look at that. We got a list of the 151 original Pokemon, and we got a URL associated with each of those things. That's pretty darn cool, I think. However, I actually want to make this even better by getting the specific data here. So let's take a look at what this URL actually returns. What if I copy this URL and then put it in here? And let's pretty print it. It actually gives us the specific information about the Pokemon. Now, I don't want all of this. This is too much for me. So let's just take Notepad, a little Notepad here, and I just want to take notes of the stuff that I want. Okay, I do want the abilities. I think those are important. So we can get the ability names, and we know that it's going to be an array because they can have multiple abilities. I mean, it can have this or this hidden ability. Okay, so we want the abilities. What else do we want? I don't care about the forms, game indices. Maybe let's keep going. Let's see what else I got. Height, weight. We could do height, weight. Moves, that's too much. Let's do height, though. Let's do height, which height is going to be a number. Height ain't nothing but a number. I'm assuming weight's going to be here as well. Just kind of looking through. I can always add more stuff later. That's what's good about this. Whoa, moves are... It's a crazy amount of moves here. Let's see if I can get out of moves a little bit. I'm stuck in moves for a long time. Okay, let's see. Can we get out of moves? Okay. We order. Okay, order is actually going to be the number that it is in the list. So I actually do on order, which is a number. Species, I don't care about species. Sprites, maybe we can get a picture of it. Let's see what looks good here. How about official artwork? Does that look decent? Let's grab this and put this in here. That looks pretty good. Okay, so we can get the URL of the official artwork. So, okay, so height, order, official artwork. But we have to figure out how to get to this. So we actually have to dig through this. So it's going to be sprites dot official artwork. Is that right? No, sprites dot other, because it's inside of other. This is contained in here. Dot official artwork dot front default. And that's how we're going to actually get to that picture there. And the type of that's going to be a string because it's the URL of the image. As for, yeah, let's see. I just want to grab weight real quick. Weight is a number. Type is important. Okay. Types. It's going to be types, but returns a list. Okay, this is going to be pretty tough to dig through to get the types. Same with abilities. They're going to be an issue. So we can work through it eventually. I just want to kind of take a look at this stuff here and see if I can figure out how we might start parsing to it. So it's going to be a list, and then we kind of have to do some digging around. There's going to be some work we have to do to actually access these types. Regardless, I have some of the information. I think that this is going to be pretty cool. Information for our table, so I'm going to update our types for that, and we'll do that in the next video.